My name is Masa. I'm coming from Croatia, Split. I'm in wheelchair already 11 years, and as person with disability, I travel quite a lot. I traveled almost all Europe. Some places I traveled on my own. I really find inspiration in traveling. I discover not only new places, new situations, new people, but also in every travel I discover some new part of myself. But of course, as it has to be like this, that on every step and very often I meet with obstacles on my ways. But for a person like me, sometimes it's difficult to see obstacles, to notice them, to feel them like obstacles. Like, of course, that I face with thousands of them, like every moment of the day. But I don't see them, I don't look on them like on obstacles. If I do, I will get crazy. But I prefer to focus on the way how to overcome them, on solution and not a problem. But let's mention most obvious one, physical ones, of course. So on my travelings, first obvious physical obstacle is inaccessibility. So what I mean about it, and I will tell you why it's good, why it's not good, and why it should be urgently considered. Inaccessibility means that usually there are stairs or some very slopey ramp where you can't go by yourself. For example, inaccessible pharmacy sends very clear message: you're not welcome here. Inaccessible street, you're not welcome here. Also inaccessible ambulance, cultural center, library, shop, public transport, whatever comes to mind, you are not welcome here either. And it took me honestly a while to realize that inaccessibility means denial of rights and discrimination, and by no means that you are worthless or deserve less because of that. That is why every time we talk about accessibility in any respect, it is important to emphasize that it is a right and not obligation, and not someone's goodwill to help to make these changes in infrastructures. In last time, I noticed that this thing about inaccessibility has changed in most of Europe, what is really good and what makes me really positive and happy. For example, ramps they're putting ramps everywhere on road, passenger ways. Then also elevators. I notice more and more of them, that they think like governments, whoever, are more aware of needs, how it's important. Also, public transport is getting better and better in most Europe cities, and what could be improved, toilets. So I will also tell you a little story about it. So despite of the fact that Europe is improving and is better considering accessibility, there is still huge problem present in many places when it comes to toilets for disabled. It can be solved on few miserable ways. When you need to go to toilet, you hold it until it becomes painful. If you can hold it, you go to the closest toilet, which is not accessible if it's not on 5,342 stairs, and there is usually no enough space for wheelchair to pass, and doors can't be closed, so somebody has to be your guard there to not let people get in, or even because there are no handles, some people need physical help to get to transfer there on the toilet. So when people are waiting outside, you usually have hear swears because you block toilet for 5 to 10 minutes. And last option how to solve it is just to pee on yourself, not having another chance. So these things are really humiliating and harmful for health and should be considered and changed. It's not myth, either a legend. People with disability need toilet too. Using of toilet shouldn't be privilege. And one interesting obstacle that can happen, and I don't know for which reason, but already happened twice in these 2 months in Poland, is broken wheel. So it's really big obstacles when traveling. Bike shop usually have glue and tool to repair it, so it's advisable to fix it in bike shop, luckily. So that would be this. I will just repeat. Toilets, there is still big problem about them. Very rarely you can find accessible toilets on the streets and or on the bars, restaurants. Hostels too. There are no actually accessible hostels. So much of them. If there are, they are not cheap. On the end, I would like to compare Croatia and Poland. I think that Poland is high above considering accessibility and public transport. I would say that it's even on a level of Germany, while Germany has much bigger prices. So that would be all from me. Cześć!